Games Workshop is yet again dealing with Scalper problems, and Disney has a new RPG in the works. All this and more in this week's Hobby News. My name's Angela, and you're watching Hobby Night. If you went to the new Warhammer.com over the weekend, you might have run into an immediate queue to get into the website at all, let alone if you were trying to buy the recently pre-orderable The End and the Death Volume 3, the final book of Horus Heresy to be coming out. There was, in particular, a faux leather, beautiful special edition bound version of this book that was going out for pre-order over the weekend. And I saw a lot of people amongst my friends on Instagram who were all really upset, saying how much they were stuck in this queue for hours at a time. And the reason for the queue was because they were trying to limit who was getting this book and how many scalpers were able to get it. But it didn't actually stop the scalpers, you see, because Games Workshop has been dealing with this problem for a while, and it's hit once again. And you can already see a bunch of these special editions signed by Dan Abnett books available on eBay for extraordinary prices, well over what they should be retail at, which is about $80. The fact that some of these are going for like $400+ is absolutely insane to me, but scalpers are getting away with it because they're able to hack in, get through the system, order some of the books before people are even actually even able to start ordering it. Like before it's even supposed to go live, they're able to get in there, order stuff, and get 25+ for themselves, and then put them up and available online for these ridiculous prices. Now, we've talked about scalpers a lot on this channel, occasionally in the news, because Games Workshop is often hit by them. It happens with a lot of their limited edition sets, it happens with a lot of their limited edition books, as it has happened yet again with this final Horus Heresy novel. And really, the main thing that can be done about it is we as consumers have to shop with our wallets and tell these scalpers we aren't going to go to eBay and buy these books at these extreme prices. It would be better if Games Workshop could somehow either produce more of these books potentially and sell them at a later date, like do it in 2 waves perhaps, to make sure that everybody is able to get their hands on them. But really, the main thing that I can see to really stop scalpers from being a problem is we have to tell them, no, we're not shopping with you. We're not going to let you profit off of our loss because you screwed us over. It's the biggest thing that I can say to really offer a suggestion for how to deal with this problem. Although Games Workshop does have one other solution in the works that could at least alleviate some of this tension, but I don't think it's going to get rid of the problem entirely. But let's talk about that next. Hey guys, just jumping into the video to remind you to hit that subscribe button and bell icon for notifications so you never miss future content on the channel. And if you're into the spicier side of the hobby, you can find a link to my OnlyFanatics down in the link tree below in the description. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the video. So what's this wondrous thing that Games Workshop might be doing to sort of help with the scalper problem? Well, it's not a huge deal, but they do plan on potentially looking to open up a new factory, a 4th one in fact, in their Nottingham area where they do all their manufacturing. Now, this could genuinely benefit and alleviate some of the scalper problem. Because like I mentioned in the previous story, if Games Workshop could get a way to produce more of their product and maybe sell them in waves like I suggested, I do think that could help and allow people who have to get it that first moment, they can go on and get it. Then everybody else who maybe wants it but doesn't want to have to deal with the rush or the queues or those kinds of things can have a second wave for it to come out. And that way you can get 2 different points and periods where people are actually able to buy these products, and having a 4th warehouse and factory would absolutely help Games Workshop do that. Now, one of the reasons that Games Workshop I think even has this demand problem in the first place is because back in the day, in the 90s, they were overproducing their product. You'd see Games Workshop products just sitting on shelves for years and years and years, and the company actually got into some serious financial trouble because of how much was just left, and they weren't really making profit on it as much. So when they recovered and fixed things, they really went into this new policy that seemed to be, we're not going to overproduce anything. In fact, we're gonna almost underproduce things, or at least that's the way that it feels modernly, because I don't really think Games Workshop has fully acknowledged how big their brand has actually become and how much of a demand there is for the product. This really became evident to me when Crusade came out, because I think during the COVID period, this is really when this started to become a thing, because so many people got into the hobby and gaming because it was something that you could do at home while you were isolated from everybody else and express things with them and share things with people on the internet through this hobby. It was a great way to connect with everybody, even though you weren't able to physically connect with everybody. And I don't think Games Workshop is really caught up. So I'm hoping that this new warehouse idea is a great way for them to actually alleviate some of this problem, deal with their demand issues, and also potentially combat the scalpers that have been plaguing them. This next story is a little bit of sad news, especially for those of you that might have been fans of the mobile game Warhammer 40k Lost Crusade, because as you can see from the big block of text on screen as they shared on Twitter, the game is going to be coming to a close. As of yesterday, you can no longer make in-game purchases, and as of February 15th, the game will be shutting down completely and all of that game data is going to be permanently deleted. Now, I was never a big fan of Warhammer 40k Lost Crusade. I did give it a little bit of a try, but I never really got hooked. However, it is really sad to see games like this disappear because I do think it encourages Games Workshop to explore other avenues to grow their brand. And it is especially sad because it seems like the dev team actually had plans to expand the game with new content, but it seems like the higher-ups may have said, no, this isn't worth it anymore, and so they're shutting it down. Ravensburger is really making the most of their Disney license because they have another new game in the works that will be coming out later this year in July, and I'm actually pretty excited about this one. It is a RPG-based game, and it's geared towards younger girls ages 8 and up. And the idea is that you get to play one of the 4 characters you see on screen here, Moana, Lady Marian, Belle, or Violet, all from various different Disney titles and all very strong female characters. And what they are doing is they are fighting against classic Disney villains, trying to prevent the realm of light from being corrupted. Now, the game is described as having a mission system that is going to generate new adventures each time you play, which I assume means that there's going to be some sort of card system or RNG system that creates varied adventures as you go through. And I'm very curious what this is going to be. My one hope, though, is that it's not an app-driven AI thing, because that would be a little less exciting for me, and I really don't want to see that be coming into my tabletop RPG stuff, especially not ones that are designed to get kids into tabletop RPGs. But I'm optimistic that it's going to be some cool card system, and I will be exploring this more once it becomes available starting July 21st. If you want to pre-order it, you can do that through Target's website beginning July 7th, but if you want to get it through your friendly local game store, you'll have to wait until the 21st of July. Last but not least this week, we do have a Warhammer Live preview coming up. And if you'd like to watch that preview with me as part of my watch-along party, then you are welcome to do so. We will begin Thursday, the 18th at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do apologize, that means it'll be 4:30 a.m. for those of you in the UK, but it's not my fault that Games Workshop hosts the LVO in Vegas, okay? They're on my side of the world, and it's just gonna be a late stream for you guys, or I guess a really early morning stream for you. Regardless, I do hope you're able to join me because I am really looking forward to finding out what we're going to be getting new for Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Horus Heresy, Warhammer Underworlds, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course, Kill Team. I'm sure there will be plenty of cool new things for us to drool over, so I hope to see you at the stream beginning at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, January 18th. See you then, guys. That's going to be it for this week in hobby news. Do let me know what your thoughts are down below on the scalper problem Games Workshop continues to have. And in the meantime, I hope to see you at my Warhammer Live preview beginning at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 18th of January. I have been Angela, and before I head out, I want to give a final thank you not only to my patrons, but also my YouTube members for helping keep this channel going. Without your guys' support, we would not be doing this, so thank you very, very much. I hope you all have a wonderful hobby night, and I'll see you next time.